Hello friends, it's Lisa and I'm back today with another video. Today we're going to take some stamps, stamp them, color them, and die cut them with the Brothers Scan & Cut. And then this is the first part of the video. The second video, which will come out in about a week, so if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, is taking those die cuts and making them into a series of cards. So first thing we're going to do is stamp out all of our stamps. This takes some time and isn't the funnest step, but it's critical, right? You have to actually stamp them out. I stamped them 3 times. So they're all on Neenah Classic Crest 80-pound solar white paper. I think I got that right. And I'm stamping them with the Gina K amalgam ink. Sometimes you might have to stamp it down twice. That's why a stamp positioner is super helpful. But I just take some stamp cleaner, which is actually I just put a little bit of hand soap and water, and it works really well. I'm also using that Brutus Monroe stamp cleaner thing. It's really nice, but I make my own stamp cleaner because, I'm cheap. Anyway, so I stamped out all of them. It took me 3 pieces of paper, but I got all but 2 of the stamp sets on there because I totally forgot about the other 2. These are a stamp set line from Crafter's Companion, and they're all about fairies. I love that little acorn house. It's might be my favorite part of the whole set. So I stamped them all out, and like I said before, I stamped them 3 times, so I have 3 sets of this, but I only actually colored this one set. You will see all of the colors that I used while coloring this, and you'll see I didn't actually use all that many different colors. I used the same colors over and over again, just to make a cohesive picture. And this is how slow I actually color, but I'm going to speed up the rest of everything because who wants to sit here all day? Actually, I cut this whole video down from about 4 hours into less than 15 minutes, so I was really proud of myself. I like to keep the videos kind of short and sweet. Sometimes that doesn't happen, but today it did. So I color light, medium, dark, medium, light. That's usually how I color. Sometimes I skip 1 or 2 of the steps, but I do start with the light and end with the light. So that's what I do. Next, I'm taking some greens and I'm going to color down. You won't see quite yet, but I actually use 1 set of 3 markers and color all the images that go with that same color. And then I move on to the next one. It's just easier when you're using all those markers. So next I'm moving on to the little acorn house. I'm going to color, and it turned out super cute. And for the nut shell, I don't actually show that, but I'll show in just a minute the colors I used. I just took the lightest color away and added an even darker color. That allowed me to keep in the same color family, which an acorn would stay in the same color family, but make it differentiated. I think you could also do the little acorn hat in a fun color and have it where the little fairy likes fancy colors and it has painted it. Next, I'm going to color some of the greenery, and I think if you're going to want to use the greenery in your cards and stuff, you might want to color it, like stamp and color more than just 1 leaf, which I wasn't thinking when I stamped everything out, and that's what I did. So I just have a bunch of random leaves that all look different, And so they don't, it's kind of interesting. So helpful hint in the future to Lisa, in future Lisa, think about that beforehand. You guys, hopefully that's a helpful piece of advice, because I totally wasn't thinking when I stamped everything out. And now I just have a bunch of random leaves. Anyway, I'm also coloring that little door in some teal colors, which literally half the things I own are teal colors. So I've been on a teal kick. I used to say that my favorite color was green, like sunlight through a leaf green, but I might have to change my answer to a light teal, because literally everything I own is light teal. Anyway, I'm doing an even lighter teal on the seashell house, which turned out really cute. And I end up doing that dark brown on the door for that seashell house. I know we've passed that and are on the reds now, but I do want to say a good rule of thumb is contrast. I did really light seashell, and then I did a really dark door. But we're on to the reds, and this red combo is really cute and is actually a pretty true red combo. Next, I'm going to put some yellows down on this little, I don't know what kind of flower it is, some kind of flower, but it's super cute. And you'll see that little house that we worked on earlier. It has the same type of flower, so I'm going to color that flower the same exact way, just so that it matches. Next, I'm coloring this big door, and it turned out really cute as well. You'll see that I just am putting some color down on the floor there. Next, I'm showing you how I would do the scan and cut. I click the scan button, then the direct cut, then the scan and cut canvas. I froze those frames just so I could walk you through it. I'm connected to the internet, and I'm going to scan it. So after I scanned it, I pushed the transfer button, and I go over to my iPad, which now I'm sharing my screen with you here, and you'll see that I click that little leaf button. Well, you can't really see it, but I clicked the little leaf button, and then I hit the select scanned image from scan and cut, and I'm going to hit OK. So now I have, yes, you do want the image on the background, because then you can fix anywhere that it's not cutting right. And I'll show you that in just a second. So I hit OK. Here it is. So in the background is the image, but these dark black lines are where it's going to cut. See, you can see that there's some issues. I'm just going in and fixing those issues. So I actually right here am making it so it's not a full cut in between two of these little blue points. And then I just move the blue points around so that they match up, and then it will just cut around all of it, which is super helpful. Next, I'm doing the same thing with this little party lights kind of thing. Now, since I stamped this out 3 times, I could just save this cut and cut my next 2 pages out of this as well. Even if I waited like 3 months, I would just have the saved cut. I didn't actually save the cut, but it's definitely something that you could do, and a great reason why you're going to actually want to stamp things multiple times. So I'm going to go ahead, and even if later I came back and decided to stamp them out and cut them again, I could just stamp them out and cut them, because I would just be able to move those cuts around. On some of them, I made it so it was cutting out around the image, like right on the line. And some of them I gave a little bit of an edge, but it just depended. Here they are all cut out, and I think they turned out so cute. I'm excited to make some scenes with them. Actually, I've just been doing that, but you'll see that on the next video. But right now what I'm doing is picking them out, and I'm having trouble, so I used a little bit of tape, but I'm picking them out and to like how the cards are going to look. I'm putting things together that I want to go together. So I've sped this up a little bit, but you can see how cute those little houses are. I just love this whole set. I don't have a whole lot of people who appreciate this, so I'm going to send these cards to people who actually will. I probably need to make one for my niece as well. She will absolutely love this. Fairies aren't her favorite. They're not dragons or unicorns or llamas, but I think she will appreciate them. One thing to consider when you're putting together your scenes or picking out which of these little houses are going to go together is you have to think about perspective. So some of the houses look closer than others. Or if you put them together on the same card and you put them on the same level, it's going to look weird. See that little house I was just holding? It looks further away. So actually putting it in front of that little acorn house won't work. It's just something important to remember. Perspective will really make it look right and believable, or not right and not believable. So that's the end of this video. The next one is coming up really soon, where I take all these die cuts and make them into some amazing cards. They're turning out so cute. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss that. They're super awesome, and I can't wait to show you guys. Here's some other videos you may enjoy. Definitely comment, and I'll see you guys next time.